All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's broadcast of Rocket League here on the SAGU Sports Network. Tonight, we have the SAGU Lions playing Rocket League, and we're joined by the assistant coach of SAGU Sports.
Hold on there. Hold on. All right. It's not that big of a deal, but head coach. All right.
Head coach.
Head coach.
Head coach of SAGU Esports. Definitely not the assistant to anyone. No, he's Zach Wilkie. Hey, we have some great games coming to you tonight. SAGU Lions 1-3, kind of a rough start to the season, but maybe they turn it around today.
Yeah. We got 5 opportunities. Let me try that again. We got 4 opportunities now to make playoffs. 3 of those games that we have to be wins. So we need to get 4 wins to make it into playoffs. So 1-3 is a tough spot to be in. Better than 1-4. Tonight I expect us to get a victory. I'm really, I think our team is moving. Only thing that I'm worried about is some of the players. One of them's sick. Man. Could be a fever game. Could be, like Michael Jordan, and that could be fantastic. If not, he's going to be flying in the air. We're going to be like, what is he doing? So it's exciting.
Hey, maybe this is the chance for one of our guys to have the flu game and wear those Jordan 12s and really get a huge win here. Now, an 8-week season, and we are now here in week number 5. We've got Southern Maine team Checkmate and SAGU. We got SAGU in the blue right here, and you have Southern Maine team Checkmate. I checked their other team, and the other team doesn't have any specific name, so I'm not sure why it's called Checkmate or has the chess reference, but either way, that's what we're facing.
My goodness.
We're watching Rocket League, so that means we've got cars playing soccer, and they've got rocket boost. They can drive, they can fly, they can do all kinds of things with that rocket boost. And you're already seeing some high-flying action in the very early going here of game number 1.
I think that should have gone off of Watto's car right there on the top. But Kyle coming in to restore this, having his fever game, getting ready, trying to be crazy. But it's moving.
One of the crazy things about esports versus traditional sports is that when someone's sick, you can actually still play.
Yep.
He's playing from his room. He's got a setup. He's got internet connection. I believe he's playing on an Xbox tonight, and he's got a monitor, and that's good enough. And that's just one of the amazing things about esports. The competition can still go. Hood almost got that one in. And the SAGU offense coming in strong here in game 1.
A little bit. Right now, we're still on the defensive half, trying to see what's happening by this other team. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is having a hard time clearing it out. SAGU finally getting the clear. I believe that was Hood getting it out. It's hard to see the names up top right now, but
yeah, I think they're hiding, and that's good. Oh, what a save by... Was that Hood with the save right there?
Yeah, Hood Hood is putting in the work today. He was already doing crazy flips and wanting to dunk it on the net, and now he's just reversing it. I don't know, man. He's ready. I think he's lined up and ready to go.
Now, in this game, this ball stays inside of the arena, but it has a ceiling on it, so the ball can't go out. The game just keeps on playing until someone scores. And right now, we're just seeing this ball just bouncing around. SAGU really working right now on putting together a strong possession. And that one is going to go in the net, and it's going to be USM drawing first blood here tonight.
Yeah, looks like a good goal. Not a lot of communication there. Watto could have been a little quicker, but I think Hood was out of boost and just had to make something happen. But we got a kickoff here. Hoodrat taking the first shot. Not necessarily a win. It looks like Lieutenant Loon is trying to go ahead and clear it up, maybe set up for a pass for his teammates, but intercepted by Watto. That's a good pass to Hood. That's going to be in.
And that's on that's Hood's maybe his second or third shot already. And the opportunities are there. It's just SAGU. Can they finish the play and get the ball in? Very close. Almost saved. But Hydra is going to make this a 2-0 game.
Yeah, and you can see right here, Hydra beats out Watto, gets the specific touch, and it comes off the ball or the car wrong for Hood. So I know Hood's beating himself up for that, but I think they'll be able to turn it around on this.
This game is so fast. It's a game of speed. It's a game of pixels. And right there, Watto doesn't quite get the touch he wants on the ball. Hood has to just use a reflex to try to keep the ball out of the net. It comes up just a bit short.
Speaking of Hood,
Hood still keeping the ball going in, and a nice long clear, exactly what the doctor ordered for Team Checkmate. Easy save for Kyle. Up ahead to Hood. Can he redirect? He does.
Oh, man.
But again, a shot on goal with decent velocity just doesn't go in for the Lions.
Yeah, shout-outs to the defense here. That was an amazing save. Honestly, there's very few people that probably could have saved that at this level. I've just compliments to the other team. That was awesome.
And this team Checkmate from University of Southern Maine, they're 3-1. This is a very good team. But we're starting to see why. They're up 2 goals, and they're still putting together some good possessions here. As we're kind of coming into the end of the game, SAGU could really use a goal here before the 1 minute mark.
Got him. Oh, no.
Oh, it looks like maybe some miscommunication right there on possession.
Yeah, Checkmate was out of rotation right there, and the Lions had every opportunity, but I think Watto just couldn't get the touch on the shot, and that would have been it. That would have been goal number 1 right there. Is Kyle going to do something?
He's going to pass it ahead, and I guess back to Hood. They're a little bit too close to each other. Typically in Rocket League, you want your 3 players on the field. It's a 3v3. You want them kind of spread out. Now Hood's not going to get credited with the save there in the game, but he basically just saved that right there. If that ball falls any lower in front of the net, that's almost certainly a goal for Team Checkmate. Back to defense, the Lions go, and that one is unfortunately going to just pop in off the crossbar. And kind of like last week, a little bit of a slow start for the Lions.
Yeah, I think they usually take 3 warm-up games and lose all 3 of them, and then they want to reverse sweep. They have a problem with going to the last game of the series. So let's expect a long 7-game night. Hopefully that's going to be the case. But I would like them to turn up a little quicker. Hood with a shot right here. Saved by Hydra. Have we played against Hydra before? He's really familiar to me. I can't.
We might have. These players, they do, much like in traditional college, they do transfer. So even if SAGU may not have played Southern Maine,
and Hood right over there with the Wilkie special.
And I think Hood, I think that was an own goal, but I think he was just doing everything he could, because if he does not get a touch on that, I don't know.
He might have got bumped into that.
That's very possible. Yeah, that's probably what happened. Looked like his nose might have been toward the ground and was just unfortunately heading to the ball. And that's part of the game, is bumping these cars. You can bump into your own teammate. You can bump into the opposing team, and that is part of the strategy. And, man, if you can do that and execute like USM has, well, Southern Maine's going to get a 4-0 start to this series. And SAGU, once again, like we talked about last week, they started off 2 games not being able to score a goal and just weren't quite able to find the touch they needed. But they did warm up. So that's, again, and we're going to zoom in here on some of the stats. Still 7 shots. You look at that right column. Those are shots that are on the goal or very nearly on that net. To USM's 9, which is impressive. That's what you want to see in your first game, 9 shots and 4 goals.
Yeah, and one of the things that we got to look at here was with that shot count. Hood shots, we wanted to see him last week especially. We wanted to see him at the higher end of that. He had 4. I think about 3 of those were golden opportunities. So if you're getting more shots on net, that's really good. But I think the other ones we can't really count to be something that was that much of value, or it was just kind of more so of putting pressure. Not one that we're like, hey, this is going to go in. This is a shot we're trying to make go in.
Right.
But it seems more of like, reaching or overreaching, trying to get those opportunities in that sense. So I think what we really would like to see from the Lions in this matchup here is let's have meaningful shots. Get the number up, sure, but make sure that the number is like, hey, of the percentage of shots that we're taking, how many actually have a chance to go in, or how many are just getting clicked off as, hey, this is a number the game registers. We want to see power and precision behind these shots with a purpose. So the 3 Ps that we're looking for in this, and I think that's the matchup SAGU needs to understand, and they can get it going.
Now, they had some good shots in that first game. Like, they were good velocity, good angle, really good defense by Southern Maine.
Absolute. They had great defense.
But you just got to keep taking the shots.
Yes.
Right? You have to keep going, and eventually, I guess they're going to go in. We're going to find out here as Game 2 is going to get started. And we're going to see the kickoff here. Watto's going to take this and send it to the wall. Puts Crazy Kyle and Hood in kind of a tough spot. That was a good opportunity for Hydra right there. He probably liked that.
Yeah,
chance that back.
Hood was looking at that 50. He was planning for it. That was a preemptive strike for him.
Now in Rocket League, you can see this ball flying around, and you will reach these points where 2 cars from opposing teams are going for the ball, and call those 50-50s, and it's because sometimes one team gets it and the other gets it. You can't really tell. You just you can see right there, you saw Crazy Kyle go for it and try to meet Southern Maine in the air and just attempt to keep that ball, just keep it off target.
And that was some crazy offensive pressure by Southern Maine. The only reason that SAGU got it is because Southern Maine just didn't have any boost to do anything else, but they kept the ball on their side for a while. That was pretty significant, especially a mental presence is something you got to account for as well in this game. It's not just, hey, cars physically are over here, but I want to get out. Like, why can't we get out? Where's the boost? Where's the opportunities? You know.
Yeah, and in this game, you have to have boost to get in the air and get power on your shots. You have to have that boost. You can always drive around. Your gas tank, if you will, is always there, but your rocket boost tank runs out. And SAGU, they're going to have to manage the boost. You'll see right here, Hood, he's rotating back. He's moving away from the ball so he can get boost. Right there, he opted to go for the boost instead of the ball, left it for his teammate. So I guess they were just discussing that on comms.
I think he was trying to preemptively try to get a bump on something. Kyle in the air.
He goes for a flip reset.
Oh, my goodness. He's getting excited.
And gets it, yeah. So you can see SAGU, they're starting to warm up right here. Has a great shot by Hydra.
Good
and
stop.
A better save by Watto.
Taking time to get possession again. Hoodrat trying to control the ball, get a good bang to get it out. Oh, that's amazing.
And right there, that was he was trying to, on Southern Maine, he tried to pass it back to his side of the field and just ended up passing it almost to Kyle, which almost certainly would have been a goal for the Lions. Hood's going to put one off the post, and SAGU again. We're almost halfway through this one. No score, but SAGU getting chances and just barely missing the net.
Yeah, I don't know what Hood's going to be doing after college, man, but if he wants to go work for the mail service, he's the postmaster still. He's still rocking that title. I think that's something we can count on, but he's still going to be trying to put it as close as possible to get the most accurate shot, and I'm ready to see what he's got for this next round.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Speaking of Hood, an incredible save through the net, and you just can't do that any better. And Watto tries to follow that one in the net, just inches away from getting that in, and a low and a huge play by Watto. He follows the shot, and SAGU gets their first goal of the series.
Now, it's kind of funny because everyone's like, you know, how do you coach video games? Well, it's a lot of the same principles from stuff that we're getting. That was just a 50 follow-up from there, but in real soccer, that's like, hey, the goalie defended it and bounced off. Go up and follow your shot. It's the same thing of just continuing to put pressure on when you're doing this. And we get a kickoff goal, too.
Watto's going to get the kickoff goal. I said he got the other goal. That was Kyle. Watto says, hey, I want one on the board for me.
Absolutely. And again, we go back to the same thing of once one goal is scored, the walls break down.
And like we said, you could just sense SAGU's warming up here. They're feeling good. You could see right there on the kickoff, they're getting to the ball first. They're capitalizing on mistakes. And this is what you want to see here in game number 2. It's best of 7, so whoever can win 4, the first, doesn't matter what the score is. So forget that 4-0. That's just a win for Southern Maine.
Yep, that's just a W. It's a letter. It doesn't even count as numbers anymore. So, let's see what he's got. Oh, intercepted. Hood's still trying to get the clear off the corner. Gets a redirect? Yes.
A lot of patience right there by Hood, and this actually sets up SAGU in a pretty good position if they can maintain control of the ball. And Hood again coming across the field from the same angle. He's using his boost, though. He's running a little low. Could use a little help from his teammates here to get the ball downfield, and he gets exactly that. SAGU's still playing defensively, maybe playing safe here to protect the 2-0 lead. It's the toughest one to protect in the game of Rocket League, but also soccer. Whew.
Yeah, that's one that you got to be worried about, too. And you also have to take into account, hey, demos can be happening. Oh, I thought he was going to do something with that.
So right there, that was just a long pass from Kyle up to Hood, who was waiting upfield. Close shot. Speaking of Hood, he's already rotated back. He's going to go try to put this on the net, but ends up off the post. Who else but Hood going off just the side of the net.
He's playing so fast today, and it's amazing to see. Oh, my goodness!
Hood comes flying in to put that in.
Straight out of downtown. What the heck?
Look at this right here. Watto's going to just pass this up. Hood is already in the air, flying, and he goes, nah, we're not going to put this in the post or the crossbar.
He didn't even meet the ball to the net. He beat the ball into the net, and it was just like, hey, I'm here. Go inside.
And that speed is exactly what we've been seeing week after week. It just has been 1 or 2 goals shy. We saw last week went to a Game 7, lost by a goal. Here we are, and now SAGU feels like they're heating up at just the right time in this series.
Oh, Hood no boost, just trying to get a pass to the center. Unable to get it, but Kyle's picking it up, maybe looking for a pass to a teammate. Nobody's there. He just decides to clear to the other wall.
Now you'll see teams, speaking of boost, there are little pads that they can refill up. There's no pit lane like in NASCAR. You have to pick up your boost on the field. Throughout the field, there are small ones. They fill up your rocket boost maybe at 1/8 of the tank. Oh, that was a huge play right there. But at 6th place on the field, you can refill your tank all the way to 100%. And those are hard to come by, though. These guys play fast, and those opportunities are just not there, as we are now in the final seconds of Game 2 in a nice little win for SAGU.
Yeah. Sorry, I've tried to be commentating with you, Lex. I'm just smiling because they're playing so well right now. All these demos, this is all funny games. Just let the ball hit the ground.
And you can see right there he did.
The end of that, probably the last 3 minutes, they were going in for rotations. SAGU was getting bumps into the net, and as being the coach, it's exciting. It's very, very invigorating to see that, hey, they're stepping up and they're doing this. Look at this. Almost even performance on the board. The exception of the assist by Watto, I believe that was to Hood, and then the one less save by Kyle. But even then, they saved every shot that was there. Okay, they were there. They were talking. I think Kyle even like fist bumped the wall because nobody's around him. Like the team motivation and effort is there, and that's something that's very inspiring to see. It's very good to see, and I hope this continues just into the next 3 games. Me and you can enjoy our night, and you guys can enjoy the rest. That would be amazing.
And if you look at the gamer cams there at the top of your screen, you'll see them smiling. They're starting to get a little comfortable. They know they can win this and get their second win here in ECAC play. 8 weeks, you need 4 wins.
Yes.
We got 1.
Pretty sure we need to get a Club Cracker sponsorship. Kyle is munching on those. We are now in Game 3, and it's already scary right here.
Yeah, it's a great play early on here by Southern Maine. So they're going to put the pressure on, and that's what we saw SAGU do last game.
Oh,
that's Hood's going to take a shot to the top left corner, and that one goes in! Hood gets this one started in Game 3 and puts the Lions in the lead.
Just needed 20 seconds to warm up on this one, not 3 games. Right here, excellent sniper shot, top left. Not the corner, but it's still top crossbar-ish area, so that was an amazing placement by him.
That is one of the toughest shots to save. That high shot off almost the ceiling, curving into the goal. It is such a great play by Hood, a high-level play. And SAGU now with 4 unanswered goals of their own. And they're in the driver's seat here with all the momentum in Game 3.
Yeah, and you got Lieutenant Loon recovering from his missed touch. Ooh, and outplaying Hood right there. That's it. Beating Hood in anything, okay, in mentally in this game or you know, positioning your car is very difficult. The fact that Lieutenant Loon got that and recovered from his mistake earlier is fantastic. Kudos to him. That was amazing. But Kyle out here trying to get a flip, almost gets the pass down to Hood, and they get cleared out to the SAGU side.
There are different types of players in Rocket League. Some are so good at defense and just keeping the ball out of the net. Some are fast. Some like to they're so good on flips. They're good off the ceiling. SAGU has a bit of a balance of all of them, but Hood is definitely the guy speeding across the field making plays like that, well defended by Southern Maine. But so far, so good for the Lions here in the early going.
Yeah, we talk about, you know, hey, someone's super technical in the aspect of, hey, they know pixels and buttons and stuff like that, or they're really, really smart. Hood came into SAGU as the really, really smart guy. He's now turned into the technical guy as well, and he is a dangerous person on the field. I love watching him play. I love hearing him explain the game and how he's doing everything. And honestly, half the movement he does doesn't make sense to me. But it happens. This game is very creative in its play style, and I love how he has played and manipulated the game for his play style.
One thing interesting about Rocket League is that these cars don't take damage. They don't wear down. As long as you've got Rocket Boost, you're as good in game number 7 as you are in game number 1. You just have to have that boost. No pit lane, no pit stop. The game keeps moving, and Hood takes advantage of that. He loves being able to just play fast and keep the other team guessing. Right there looked like it may have been a little bit of a miss or something going on, but either way, SAGU.
Hood making everyone guess here. Everyone's confused.
He's just calculating everything differently than everyone else.
Oh, man.
That was a tough play by Watto right there. Crazy Kyle's going to clean it up. That was a good position there for Southern Maine to put something together as we're coming up on 3 minutes into the game, and so far Southern Maine hasn't scored since game 1. Don't mean to provide the caster's curse, but that just shows to show the defense the Lions have shown. I know we talked about the offense, but so far they're keeping Southern Maine at bay here. What you saw right there was a demo. So if one player is at max speed using the rocket boost and they touch the other team, they get a demo. And right there what you saw was a pass off the backboard, and Watto is going to get back in the scoring column.
Watto out here at max speed, sending the ball straight into the back of the net and way out into Southern Maine. This ball is gone. Call that another goal. Let's start the third kickoff.
Man, it is so good to see SAGU. The chemistry is really coming together. Right there, that pass, Watto was already going towards the net. He was trusting his teammate to get the ball at the precise place on the net at the right speed, and you're seeing it capitalize now. 5 unanswered goals for the Lions, and they are just in control of game number 3. And by the looks of things on the gamer cams, they're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, you go into a lot of different games for Rocket League. You can play ranked or casual, and you have to trust your teammates to get you the ball or hope that they're going to be doing something good. Right here is what's the difference between a ranked game, a scrim, or certain levels of play. You have to trust your teammates to pass the ball. You have to trust your teammates to shoot the ball, and you have to trust the last guy who's not involved in that play to be able to recover from whatever's going to happen. And that's one of the great things about Rocket League. It's beautiful to see the team aspect happen in that way, and honestly, it's a fantastic game to watch in that sense too. Right now we have Kyle trying to clear the ball out, gets a miss. Hoodrat left in the net, trying to get it past to Kyle. Kyle going up in the air. Oh, he gets beat out.
Right there, you talk about that speed. Southern Maine, they're speeding up a little bit. They're starting to figure out these passes SAGU's making, and they're just kind of poking that ball in the air. You see right there, it's just in the air, and they're just trying to get the ball close to the box. There's a little box outside the net.
Oh, and Hood taking a goal.
This pass right here to Hood is quintessential SAGU right here. Across the field into that box I was just talking about, and that's an easy goal for Hood to just punch in.
I want to know if that was in without him touching it, because that's going to affect the stat sheet. That's a little rough.
Well, Kyle's going to be happy to see Hood take the goal, because that means SAGU for the second game in a row. They've got a 3-0 lead, and barring something crazy happening, this will be the final score. And SAGU will have a lead in a series for the first time since week 1, maybe?
Yeah. Honestly, it's rare to see the lead in the series.
What a save by
ridiculous.
Kyle! SAGU is absolutely peaking right now. Their peak performance, and Hood's going to try to sneak a goal in here. Now the clock has stopped, but as long as the ball doesn't touch the ground, you can play and you can put in one for the road.
Kyle getting that goal that may or may not have been stolen by Hood. We're not going to blame anyone. Right here, excellent shot. Just to add injury to insult.
Now, in Rocket League, if you're the team that's down 3-0, you like to get one that just kind of gets momentum back in your favor. And SAGU said, no, we're going to keep the ball up, and we are going to go punch this in, because they are out here to make a statement. And the statement, they have made 7 shots, 4 goals. Everything is just rolling for the Lions right now.
Yep, and if you look at the shot count over for Southern Maine, it's 4 shots.
Yeah.
4 shots. That's it. Where there's not a whole lot of team coordination, and that's effective in not being able to progress in your play. And so if they want to pick it up, if they want to go back, don't get me wrong, I want SAGU to win. I also love seeing great series. If USM wants to come out and take this, they have to be able to work as a team and have the cohesion. Getting skunked once, okay, that could happen. Getting skunked twice, you got to figure something out.
And I fully expect Southern Maine to put the pressure on here on offense, as this is actually a golden opportunity for the Lions right here.
Oh, what a save.
They are way out of position, and Crazy Kyle's going to capitalize. How about another one for SAGU?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. We'll take 8 unanswered, and maybe we can leave it there. I don't know. I'll take more.
In Rocket League, you want to have position. You want your players constantly rotating. You're getting boost. You're coming back to the net. Right there, it was just an onslaught from the Lions, and they were rotating. Even if that didn't go in, they would have been in great position. And so far, everything is adding up to goals for the team of SAGU.
Just take a look at the player cams here for a second. They're all so focused. What a save by Hydra, getting it out. Watto with more pressure. So focused on the game, but you can see the joy they have when they play. Yes. And you can see the reactions, and you can see it in their gameplay too, but the player cams, I think, are pretty special for us to be able to see, hey, they're really enjoying their time here, whether it's whatever reason. But you can tell. You got big old cheeses, big old, they're happy, they're excited, they're ready to roll. Gosh, SAGU is just putting them in the net.
Again, you're just seeing these passes come in from the sides, and they're just trusting each other. They're reading it. Look at Kyle right here. He's just going to go up, and that's a fairly easy goal for him.
Look at him stretching, man. He was worried about that.
And you see Watto's cab. He's smiling. They know this is a chance to secure a game and go up 3-1. This is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Lions. We're not even 2 minutes into this game, and SAGU getting a lead. They're doing a good job controlling the ball. And let's give some credit to Southern Maine. They've made some really good shots. But defensively, SAGU is just locked in. They are not allowing anything easy to go into that net.
Yep, and Southern Maine is still putting saves. It's just the amount of shots that are being sent out is not equal to the amount of cars on the field. You can't just be there all the time. Look at that. Hydra's still out here reading the saves that Hoodrat's trying to put shots on, and it's...
Oh, what an incredible shot, but Hood is going to make his own read. This offense is incredible from both teams, and the defense is just slightly better. There's an opportunity for Southern Maine, and again, there's just no way. SAGU refuses to let anything go in their net.
ID did every single thing right, beat everyone, was able to take advantage of every situation, and still there is just one more person, one more opportunity, one more save that is being made on the side of SAGU, and that's just sometimes the differential.
We're seeing some demos come out here. Again, demos take a player off the field for 3 seconds. As SAGU, they're going to take one off of, delete them.
You talked earlier, the cars don't take any damage. They don't wear out.
Right.
But unless they get hit at supersonic speed, which you guys will see if someone has a little trail behind their cars on the wheels, not with the boost, another crazy save by Kyle, then those cars will be demoed. They'll be off the field for about 3 seconds, and then they'll spawn back in from the right or left back sides. That might be the reason we bring it up. That might be the key ingredient to either team making more breakthroughs. If everyone is saving, if you eliminate the people that can save, you have less saves. It's just a math game at that point. So Kyle out here taking it up in the middle. He is all over the place tonight.
Him and Hood are just flying around and doing a great job of trusting each other. There's Watto, speaking of trusting each other. He's already pre-jumped. He's in the air going for a shot. And Crazy Kyle with a huge save, moving away from the ball as the ball's going in the net and just pops it up. And, man, this is exactly what you want to see as the coach of the Lions.
I have to make a highlight reel, and it's a good, excellent goal, excellent patience by ID in getting that shot in there. It's nice smackdown, pass, easy touch. That's just great.
And even on a goal, you still see all three of the Lions players coming into play. They're going for the ball. Nothing is easy going in. It's going to take, you're going to have to be all three of them to get your goal. And Southern Maine with 90 seconds, 2-1. They're one goal away from tying this up. This is actually perfect for them.
Yeah, it makes the Lions have to put a little bit more pressure on and want to secure that extra lead, that a little bit of cushion that they can get. Hood getting more demos. Oh, no. What's he doing here?
Oh, crazy play right there. Hood trying to maybe get the ball off, just dribbling and trying to keep control, maybe make a little pass down to one of his teammates. And that right there is dangerous for the Lions. And like we said, 2-2, and Southern Maine back in this series.
Yep, and Hood had to take the chance. It was either, hey, they're going to take the shot, and, I could probably save it, or I can clear it and make the shot on them. It's a risky play. It didn't pan out in their favor this time, but I think it's one that can be worthwhile in certain situations.
We're seeing these teams that are a little bit streaky. You saw Southern Maine, 4 goals in the opening game. SAGU scores 9 in a row. Southern Maine 2 in a row. Is this right here? Are we watching one of the craziest? This is shaping up to be a Game 7, folks, if this continues, because it just depends who's got the hot hand at the moment. As here comes Hydra flying in. He's going to punch that in at the top right corner. And right now, we're on our way to an even series.
Yep, and taking the comfortable lead. That's the only reason I don't like skunking other teams. Skunking is when you score without being scored on. The only reason I don't like that is because then you get to a certain point where it's like, all right, we can relax.
Yeah.
And that's just not the case. Or the other team turns up.
And a little miss here on a kickoff goal, and that's going to make it a 2-goal lead. SAGU now has their work cut out for them if they want a chance here to come away with a win in game number 4, which would be ideal to go 3-1. As it stands, this is very familiar territory for the Lions, as they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to score very quickly. They only have 27 seconds, and they're going to need one quick. Hood's going to put one on net, but slightly off. We're feeling the momentum go the other way. Kyle's going to go for a shot, but a huge save by Southern Maine, 2 of them there. And now Southern Maine, they're going to play a little bit more cautious. They're going to keep more players back on defense. And at the moment, unless something happens crazy, the clock's going to just tick down. And SAGU's going to let the ball just drop to the ground. That's going to stop the clock, stop the game. And this series is tied 2 games apiece, just like last week.
Yep, and we go over here to the stat counter. 5 shots, 4 shots, 2 shots. Got 11 for USM and only 7 for SAGU. That's, you put more shots on, the chances of you scoring are going to be higher. So it's not an entire wonder. One of those was a kickoff goal, so obviously you can count that to some sort of luck. But are we starting game?
Oh, these are replays from the last game, and you see Crazy Kyle with a huge goal to get things started. Hood with a great pass right there off the backboard. Watto gets a touch. Crazy Kyle coming in at the beginning of the game. Everything was working. Team was clicking, and it just did not pan out. But that's what SAGU's going to have to do here in game number 5. They're going to have to get back to just making those passes in the middle and trusting that your teammate is going to be there and just punch that in.
Yeah, the trust aspect is probably going to be the biggest factor for these next sets of games. You know, if you look at some of the shots that could have happened that weren't hit, we have a few misses from Watto. That's a little bit of a trust issue now. Is it, hey, do we keep passing to him if he's not going to do it? I think the answer is yes. Always put the opportunity out there. Always take the chance to have someone take their shot. Even if it's going to miss, they have a chance that they will hit it. Oh, man.
And give the other team an opportunity to miss the ball if you're on offense. Like, at least get the ball to the net. You know, you won't score if you don't put something towards net. Like right there, that pass upfield, a huge play by Hood.
Wow.
He does not touch the ball, but he bumps USM out of the way and makes it possible for this to go right in. Watch this Hood. He comes right in there. He just makes him think about it.
I think that was a fake. It could have also been a phantom hit right there. Just something where the game didn't register that the car was making contact with the ball. That happens. It's a thing. It's weird and based on some random things within the game, but I don't know.
Huge save by Hood right there as SAGU's going to keep their 1-0 lead in the early going of Game 5. In this game, we were talking about fakes. In this game, you can fake hit the ball. You drive your car to the ball. You look like you're going to hit it, and then you don't. And it's very similar to soccer when you look like you're going to kick the ball and you don't. You can get your defender out of position. Same applies here. Just very minor movements that make the difference. And we talked about the speed of Hood earlier. That speed is what helped right there. That a player from USM is realizing that Hood's moving fast and I've got to get to the ball. They just throw their car, and fortunately for the Lions, that's going to result in a goal. As SAGU's a huge passing play by Kyle to the middle, and Watto's going to capitalize. We talked about Watto earlier, and he delivers.
Said. Absolutely. Feed the ball if he's open. He can try to get the touch. Even if he doesn't, you're still putting people out of position and ready for the next rebound. Excellent aim from Watto. Way to get that shot rolling.
And I said the pass was by Kyle. It was, in fact, Hood. Who else? Coming in clutch here as the Lions back to a 2-0 lead. But we know no lead is safe in this game. This game is barely started.
No, it's a dangerous game throughout the entire span of it. Lieutenant Loon is in the air consistently. He's always getting the clears, always trying to set up his team. And then Hydra, their striker, he's coming in, and it's something that's very scary and significant. And ID is a good midfielder, able to go ahead, make plays, and make sure that the ball is going to be cleared. Hydra up right here, see, fakes it. Hopefully that was a fake. Passes to ID, and they're trying to get a passing play going right here, but...
Ooh. Good positioning by SAGU right there. They pass the ball to each other as far as the responsibility of defending the ball, and they are able to keep this so far a 2-0 game. Let's talk about USM and what they've been able to do on offense. Do you like what you've seen so far this game?
Oh, USM makes me sit up a little bit every time they have the ball and they're on our half, because they are passing, they're able to execute, they want to take the shots. I was going to make a comment earlier about how Hydra was going to be working with Hood at the postmaster because he's hitting crossbar too. It's dangerous gameplay on both sides, and I love seeing it.
A fantastic pass, but a better save by Hood.
What are we supposed to do about that? Like, just we could just watch it happen? This is consistent throughout the entire game. This is high octane, and I'm loving every bit of it. I'm loving how USM is. I'm loving SAGU. This is a fantastic series. I'm so glad I was actually here to cast this.
If you're Southern Maine and you're the Huskies, you have to just be throwing your hands up in the air going, what else do we have to do? That ball was passed perfectly in front of the net, just sitting there, and somehow Hood just comes out of nowhere to defend it. And it's still 2-0. The Lions still protecting the lead, but I feel like they're staying aggressive. Right here you see Crazy Kyle going for a demo. They're not playing back and just playing it safe. They're keeping the pressure on the Huskies, and so far, so good.
Yep, they're not just ball chasing. They're trying to create opportunity. Not just, hey, can I get another touch, but, hey, how can I allow my teammate to do something with the ball, too? Getting a demo opens that door up. And look at this, Watto passing to Hood. Even if it's red choreographed, that still sets Kyle up for the next position. Hood for the pass.
Oh, what a save by Loon. Clip that one. That's an amazing save. Kyle flying in, and a perfect read by the Huskies to keep this a 2-goal game.
Yeah, if there's anyone out there that's watching that wants to make highlights of this game, you're more than welcome to. This is fantastic gameplay for Rocket League. We are loving every second of this.
We are treated to a great one tonight as SAGU 1-3. They're looking for their second win of the season, and they'll need this one to go to playoffs. And so far, Game 5, it looks good, but we got 60 seconds left. So anything can happen, especially when this guy is on the ball. He's going to miss, it looks like, and no, they're going to miss the open net. Oh, what a mistake.
No boost from Loon. He's kind of put in a bad spot. Hudson hitting crossbar for the 16th time tonight. Trying to put the shots in. It looks like there's a savior and a defender on every team that doesn't exist.
If Hoodrat was getting oh my goodness.
My gosh.
What can you say about this shot? Watch the control right here by Hoodrat on the replay.
One,
gets the touch, comes down,
two,
calls off
three,
Kyle, and a great flick right
Wow.
there. He just gets the ball on the hood of his car.
I love
what can
it.
you say? Hudson is playing the game of his life. That's Hoodrat. And at 3-0 with 30 seconds, the Huskies, they really, really need to get a goal here just to get the momentum back. They're about to be down 3-2 at game point.
Yeah, it looks like they're still trying to be first to the ball here. Getting a commit out of Kyle and Hood right there. No shot from Watto. I think it's a little less, a little late. Not enough for things to happen. Kyle looks like he's going to need another touch. Just escorts that ball in, padding his stats, making sure that he can be the highest scorer for the week.
And you
Crazy
see right,
50s.
yeah, and USM, the Southern Maine Huskies, they have to go do something to create any kind of goal. They get aggressive, and unfortunately for them, that's going to give SAGU one more goal. And it's a kickoff goal? No, it's going to go just wide, but
Yeah.
again, that clock doesn't stop until the ball hits the ground. It's going to hit the ground right here. And the 4 out of the 5 games we've seen, Wilkie, no goals scored by the losing team.
Yep. If you score first, chances are you will win. That's kind of how it works. You set the pace and momentum. Obviously, there can be differences of like, hey, we made it like a 5-point comeback, whatever, how that works. But what you're looking at is who takes advantage of the game first, who keeps advantage. That's just how it is for these sets of teams. That's how we're looking. We got a goal by Crazy over here with the assist from Watto. Another one set up. I think Hoodrat bangs this into the net. Oh no, it's the pass to Watto.
Pass across the middle, beautiful,
amazing pass.
You know, Hood, we talked about his offense, how fast he's playing, but that game he had 6 saves, and that's his goal. Just an incredible touch, and so far MVP of this series.
Yeah, Hudson is playing phenomenally, and I'm glad he's stepping into that role of, hey, you know, we need you to be the star player. We have great athletes, but you got to step up. You got to be that guy, that leader that says, hey, this is the pace we're playing at. Let's make moves. Let's make things happen. And he's owning up to the role he's been given. So it's fantastic to see.
As we're getting set here for game number 6, SAGU on match point. We've said, I feel like every game this, every close one anyway, at least this season, SAGU takes this game 6, game 7, but for the first time, they're up 3-2 heading into game number 6. They have some momentum. The pressure is on the other team. We'll see how the Lions handle that, as for the first time, they're the hunter.
Man, Hudson being in the air, Watto being in the air, getting the rotation, Kyle getting a miss, but it looks like a pass to Watto might be able to make something happen. What a save by Lieutenant Loon.
He's made a couple of very impressive plays this series, and we're watching the ECAC. There are so many schools and teams in Rocket League, over 100, and they're all so good. These are some of the best players in the world that we're seeing. To be in this division that SAGU is in, they're here. You have to be in the champ or higher, which is a ranking system in Rocket League. But for SAGU, most of their players are in the top 2% of players in the game. So this isn't just a couple of people getting together to have some fun. These are competitive players just on their own, and together they are dangerous.
Yep, when you think about, top 2% in the world, that's your figure of playing. You're not just, hey, we are top 2. We're playing within the top 2%. And that goes even into smaller fractions and decimals of like, hey, we're now playing within the top 1.52 or whatever. Yeah. It's a small percentage of people that you're playing against who all compete at such a high level. And to see how the competition rolls out and how the teams play, the whole league within ECAC, who's going to take everything, it's crazy because you realize this is world-level competition.
Absolutely. And not just, like, say, American, right? We're talking the whole world. Players play this game globally, like millions of players globally. And we have some of the top 2% on this team. And we've seen SAGU make some incredible plays and putting SAGU in a really good position, as this game, no score yet. But you just feel the tension mounting.
Yeah,
every touch makes a difference.
As soon as you said that, I'm tightening up over here. I don't know what's going to be happening. Oh,
and an incredible touch by Lieutenant Loon, who we talked about has made some incredible plays. Really wanted that one, but a little bit too slow. SAGU is moving quickly tonight. That won't go in. You've got to be a little bit more aggressive. You've got to read the plays a little more.
You can see Hood just trying to keep control and take out anyone in his way doing so. He had the demo right there. Looks like Kyle's taking a shot. Hood's probably going to be in the air to follow this up here.
He's going to keep it low on the ground, but ID is there to keep it out. Southern Maine, these Huskies, they need one goal. Another incredible save by the Huskies. They need one goal. All they need is one.
Yep.
And if they can shut out SAGU, this game's tied.
Yep.
And we're going to game 7. So every touch, every moment here counts.
Wow. What patience from Hudson right there. Way to close off one side of the net, force Southern Maine to go onto the other and take possession of the ball. It's just a little unfortunate Watto didn't have any boost to make anything happen, but a pass play here.
Oh! An incredible save by Crazy Kyle. He read that play, was at the top of basically that crossbar. Is he going to make another? Watto's going to make that save, and defensively, both teams are on point in Game 6. Here comes Loon.
One quote that kind of sticks with me is that to be an expert at anything, you have to invest about 10,000 hours.
Right.
I think Hudson has, from what I remember, I think it's above 6,000. Kyle and Watto both are around the 4,000 to 5,000 mark.
Oh, is that all?
Right? Is that all? That's the only amount of time they've been stuck in a room.
And Watto's going to get the goal. 1-0 SAGU. And now the pressure's on the Huskies. Oh, my goodness.
What a shot. And he got bumped into it. That helps with the turn and the rotation on that, too. But to think, so you're playing in the top 2% of the world.
Right.
You're putting in thousands of hours into this game. But they have much more work to become in that expert level, the top 0.01%.
We're talking combined approximately 15,000 hours for this team.
Yes.
Of playing Rocket League. And that's what it takes to win a game in the ECAC. I mean, it's so competitive collegiately.
And we think about, okay, they're playing a lot of hours playing video games. The amount of hours these athletes play with video games is probably more towards the amount of hours that they have less time because the game's been out for a less amount of time. Athletes don't even get to spend more than 4 hours practicing for, physical reasons for, hey, we have to eat. What a shot
and
by
Lieutenant Loon says, not so fast. We're not going to go down without a fight. A great pass by Hydra off that crossbar. Hood tried to read it, tries to go for it, and it's not going to be enough.
He is going to work for the mailman. He's that guy.
And we are on the edge of our seats here, 1-1. Now, if this is the score at the end of that clock going down to 0, we're going to go to overtime, and the first goal is going to win. Which, unless something happens in the next 10 seconds, is Watto is going to make a very dangerous save, almost own goal.
I think Kyle's going to try to do something with this here.
He's going to try. He's going to get that bounce right there. Really fortunate bounce for the Lions. And
smacking it down. That's
like
smart move by USM.
Hydra's going to kill it. And here we are in overtime. If SAGU gets this goal, the series is over. And if USM, if they can find just something, double commit by the Lions, they're going to be able to recover here. But yeah, if USM can find a goal here, team checkmate, we're going to Game 7, and we're back to every touch counting, and an incredible save by Hood.
Look at Watto trying to stall for time, letting his teammates do something. Almost got a pinch with Kyle right there.
And here comes Lieutenant Loon, and it's going to be wide in SAGU. All three of them there at the net. They're going to get the save. Loon with some boost. And
my goodness!
Hood rejects him. We're still in overtime.
What else can they do? They're putting every shot, every follow-up. They're trying to win every 50. SAGU's defense is ridiculous right now, and I'm loving to see it. They're starting to go for demos, trying to eliminate players off the field. That might open up the door for USM to put a goal and go into Game 7.
Huge flick by Loon. But fortunately, no one to follow there for the Huskies. Hood's going to go for a touch right here. He's going to go for a 50. Again, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, 50-50. When two players go for the ball, one of them is going to generally win possession, get the ball going in the direction they want.
Kyle looking to make a one-man push-up here. Gets past him. Watto clearing the ball. Is anyone there to stop it?
And so right there, Watto looked like he was flipping, but he was out of boost. Huge touch there by Hood to get the ball back to midfield. He's not going to pick up a boost, which this puts Huskies in great position. Hopefully Watto can get that ball poked downfield. He does. He wins that 50 right there. It's getting towards the net. Crazy Kyle going up, goes for the touch, but it's going to go wide.
He's going to tell me that's because of his Series S that he's playing on right now. Or it's because of he's sick.
Crazy Kyle, yes, he is very much under the weather, and he's still playing. Played very well tonight. Hood's going to try to do a fake, but Crazy Kyle's going to follow up off the post. And what have we said? Apparently Crazy Kyle wants to be Postmaster General tonight.
Yeah, he needs to put in an application. There's a lot of people hiring for the job right now. It's very competitive.
We're at 2 minutes, almost 30 seconds in. This is another half game, and this is just overtime of Game 6. Huskies need to get a goal here to push this to a Game 7. SAGU wants to just end it here. They do not want to go and have to play on what could be Champions Field. Here comes Hood. He's going to get a 50 that goes his way, Watto's going to go to the middle to Kyle, but not exactly the touch he wanted.
Nobody there to turn either. Kyle still looking like he's the one-man push.
Looks like SAGU might have been low on boost right there, but I think Hood's coming in. I think he's got some boost. He pushes it down to Watto, but it's not there. The defense was too strong for the Huskies. 3 minutes into overtime. Who is going to come away with the win?
Hudson pulling all the tricks out of the bag for this.
And right there, Hudson, I think he was trying to pass it to Kyle, but Kyle didn't think he was going to get that touch. Kyle wins a 50. Ball down in front of the net. Hood's too far. Watto's going to come flying in. It's a 2-1 victory for the Lions.
He's not even smiling. What kind of stone cold man is this?
Look how far Watto was jumping from to get to that one. He was in the air before the ball hit the ground and went back up. And SAGU is going to come away with a win in game number 6 and the series. Give it to the Lions. They have the win today.
There is the joy that we can see on their faces. Watto kind of had to realize that, hey, he did make that shot with the only 2 goals in that last game. Excellent job. by SAGU, and honestly, excellent job by USM. That was a fantastic series to watch. Blowouts on the other side, that was, that kind of happens, but overall, I think that was just a great series to be a part of. It was honestly an honor hosting them. Because
it really was, man. They played their hearts out. So many great plays, and even that shot right there by Hydra, so good. These teams were so technical, and man, what a game 6. What a perfect game to cap off this series. We saw the chemistry of SAGU. They started really coming together. Everything they've been working on the last couple of weeks, it's finally paying off for the Lions.
Yep, and it's good to see that this is happening here in the season. Because usually, normally it would be a Swiss round robin bracket, which means that every team plays each other based on your record close to it. This one was a scheduled series. It's like a normal sport now. Hey, we have scheduled times for football or that. So this is that. It's nice to see that, hey, we were scheduled into this with teams around our skill level, and we're now starting to pick it up. It's a little late, kind of frustrating in that sense, but the fact that we're stepping up into the situations now, playing as well as we can, and being a great team is fantastic to see. This shot by Hood,
that one's amazing. Look at that, just floating down. What amazing play by Hood. Talk about him tonight, what he brought to this team.
Yeah, Hudson brought everything. And the conversation with me and Hudson, because he's got a big brain. It's wrinkly. He has a lot of intelligence with this game. Just hearing him talk makes you confused. So he can really bring a lot of knowledge to this team and can be the playmaker and can be everywhere at once. He's doing a great job with that. So he brought it all. He was there. He was that guy, and that was fantastic.
How about Crazy Kyle? We talked about the flu game. He came through in this one. Speaking of, there he comes flying in, getting goal after goal for the Lions and playing some pretty decent defense too.
Yep. And I just got a report, actually, SAGU has multiple Rocket League teams. The one we saw tonight was SAGU Lions. There's SAGU Purple, but we also had SAGU Gold. SAGU Gold also won their set 4-1 tonight, so congratulations to them. That's also a very good win. They most likely played really well. I haven't seen it yet.
All around SAGU Esports and SAGU Rocket League having a great Wednesday here to start the month of March, as we're starting to see these teams, they're clicking now. We are mid-season, and they are in mid-season form. What a game for the Lions. You just saw from the last few weeks, they were so close. They're going to Game 6. They're going to Game 7. They were the USM in previous weeks. They go to Game 6, and one goal makes the difference. Today, they're finally in control of the series, and they put away the team in 6 games.
Yep, lots of last touch situations, or hey, we missed it by just this much, and now we've closed that gap. Now we're like, hey, we're hitting these things. Let's start working on the next pieces of the game that need to be filled up. So I'm liking how it's working. I love seeing the team work and move and grow in this way. It's fantastic, and it's honestly an honor to be a part of it.
It's incredible. So SAGU competes in the ECAC. That's the association that they're competing in. You got over 100 Rocket League teams. They're playing against the best, and every week we're gonna be here covering them. We got 3 weeks left in the regular season. SAGU needs to win 2 of them to go to the playoffs.
Yep.
So we'll be back here next Wednesday, 7 o'clock. They're going to play LA Tech Gray. LA Tech, they played the LA Tech Team Black a couple weeks ago. LA Tech has 5 Rocket League teams. This is a Rocket League school, so this is going to be a tough one coming up next week. You're not going to want to miss it. Now, SAGU Esports, you want to follow them. We do Super Smash Brothers Ultimate on Monday. We broadcast Valorant on Tuesday. We just did Rocket League here Wednesday and Friday. Call of Duty, very popular game. But if you want to follow SAGU Esports, go ahead and tell everyone how they can follow and connect with what's going on.
Yeah, so if you're just a fan, if you want to be connected with us, we have a Discord that is in our YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram bios. So you should be able to click that link. That's kind of Facebook for old people, for gamers. That's what we call it. That's our Discord. But that's where you get all the information, all the events. If you want to get plugged in, if you want to talk to me, you have an open line of communication for that. If you want to talk to Kyle when he's not sick, you can do that. Any of our players are free and open to talk to. Feel free to come in, hang out, and talk with us. We'd love to get to know you guys, get to be a part of it, play games with you, minister, and reach out with that too. I had something else I was going to say. I totally forgot it. Oh, I remembered. Okay, sorry. We talked about LA Tech being a Rocket League school.
Yeah.
If you guys want to be a part of SAGU Esports, Discord is going to be the way to get in. If you're a current student, or if you plan to come to SAGU, if you want to be involved in that, get into Discord and start communicating with us that way. We want to grow and we want to expand. We're running 13 teams this semester already. So if you guys want to be a part of that, if you want to be a part of the growing esports community that we have to fill in and be the light of Christ to this world that we have, that's your way. Start getting plugged in. We'll start moving with you guys, talking with you guys, and hopefully we can get you on this team and get things rolling, and we can help make that difference and put you guys in competition.
Yeah, and like we mentioned, Valorant, Call of Duty. If you don't play Rocket League, feel free to just join the server. And what's so cool about esports is you can talk to the guys who play so easily with Discord. You can just ask them, hey, what happened on this play? And it's a great way to connect. And if you are a prospective student, it's a chance for you to talk and just ask questions and just get connected to the collegiate esports scene. Discord's a great way to do that. All right, we're going to be back next Wednesday, 7 o'clock. We'll be back Friday for Call of Duty, so you're not going to want to miss that at 7 o'clock. For all of us here at SAGU Sports Network, SAGU Esports, so long, and we're going to see you next time.